The reason I love symbolism is the same reason I love the Bible, because look at the back of a Subaru. All right, you take a look at that, you see that cluster of stars, and I always wondered, what is that cluster of stars? So I started getting into looking it up. That cluster of stars happens to turn out to be the Pleiades, which is really interesting because the Bible talks about the Pleiades. So in Job 38:31, it actually says, can you bind the chains of the Pleiades? Can you loosen the belt of Orion? Now, I always wondered, like, what is that? What is that? What are they talking about? Loosen a belt of Orion. Loosening Orion's belt. Oh, and look, I'm driving behind a Subaru right now, too. I always wondered, like, what it meant, right? So when you look into it and you learn, obviously the Pleiades is a cluster of stars. Orion is also a constellation in the sky. Now it's interesting too, because the shoulder of Orion is Betelgeuse, and that's a star. So, and I never knew that either, which was cool. So, and there's just so much going on up there. But anyhow, now Orion and the Pleiades. Why is the Subaru using the Pleiades? Why is the Pleiades in the Bible? Because I also was told as a Catholic growing up that I wasn't supposed to learn about astrology and astronomy and any of that. I was told it was horrible. Then when I looked into it, you know, it's all over the church, but that's neither here nor there. Now, the reason that they want to bind the chains of the Pleiades and loosen the belt of Orion is because the Pleiades is a wintertime constellation. It's up there, strong in the sky in the wintertime. And it's freezing in the wintertime. The nights are longer in the wintertime. It's cold. Everything sucks. You got to remember, when you're reading these books, they're referencing ancient times. They're not referencing times where they walked in their house and had a heater. They're referencing ancient times. So what they're talking about is this: they want to bind this constellation, they want to bind this season, and they want to loosen the belt of Orion, because when you see Orion in the sky, it's beginning to become springtime. In the springtime, everything grows. Loosen the belt, let everything grow. They're talking about the changes of seasons, and this is happening in the sky. Okay, so based on what you're looking at in the sky, you know what season it's going to be, because it's all connected when you learn about the stars, and then you start connecting them to what's happening down here on Earth with the seasons and the changes of the seasons. And, you know, it really starts to make a lot of sense. All right, and another thing for people that enjoy the Bible, for a 1000% fact, the Bible depicts the Earth as a non-moving, stationary, sturdy place that is certainly not flying and endlessly going through a galaxy. When God, or the Elohim, whatever you want to call it, looked down on the little earthlings as grasshoppers, okay, that wouldn't have happened on a spinning ball. How you looking down on a spinning ball that's going 500,000 miles an hour through the galaxy, 66,700 miles an hour, chasing around the burning gas ball and spinning 1,000 miles an hour too? How are you going to do that? You're not. The whole idea of the heliocentric model is honestly a bit laughable when you become slightly educated in a few different things. But that's neither here nor there. I really wanted to talk about symbolism because I just wrote a book on symbolism, and it's all about this stuff. Like, where do these symbols come from? Where does this stuff come from? It all comes from the ancient times, and it all comes from a very basic story. The basic story between the fight between night and day, literally here on Earth, and the fight between good and evil, all within yourself. And that's what it's about, because that's what this whole world is about. And they do not want you to start connecting the dots, because you become a better person, somebody that wants to share truth, wants to share knowledge, wants to help, you know? But again, I am clearly just for entertainment only. This is for entertainment. This is my opinion. So there is zero reason. I'm going to say this out loud so that I can let the video know, let TikTok know. Absolutely no reason at all to have to fact check this video. This is my opinion based on a lot of research. And I would love people to do their own research and come to their own conclusions. You know, with thesun33.com.